What made you pick that movie? What made you want to watch that by yourself?
So I'm planning.
Or did you watch it by yourself?
I did watch it by myself.
Okay.
Why are you in my business?
I had to see. I already told you what I felt like that movie was, though.
So I did watch it by myself. I thought it was good. I put it on. So I'm trying to plan my content for February.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get ahead of it. So I'm like, okay, let me come up with some, because I do the what to watch all the time.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I can just come up with some Valentine's Day, what to watch, movies and shows. I saw Materialist. It looked rom-com-X, but I don't really watch rom-coms like that. So I was like, okay, let's just try it out and see. And I liked it. The ending I thought was stupid, but I liked it.
Okay.
I thought it was unrealistic.
I mean, the ending is, it's realistic for who the boyfriend was at the end, right?
I don't think so. I don't care how good you look. I feel like she's dumb. Like, if you mean to tell me that you are over 35, you live in New York, you're making $80,000 a year, which is not great in New York.
Yeah.
Like, let's just start there. She's at poverty. And based on how she was dressed in the apartment, the brownstone that she lived in, heavy on bullshit. There's no way.
Tips, maybe?
Tips as a matchmaker?
Oh.
She said she makes
before taxes, yeah, $80,000, yeah.
So you're really getting like maybe 70, maybe 75.
Right.
You don't have a car. Like you live in a brownstone.
How's she living in a brownstone off of $80,000?
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
It's a movie, guys. Don't get too deep into the weeds.
That's what I'm saying. Like heavy on bullshit.
The movie is very. It's.
I feel like it was realistic and it was pointed.
It tries to give you realistic points, and that part, what she's saying, it's like you got calculations. It's like, come on, bro.
So I'm just going based off aesthetically what I'm seeing.
Right.
You're clearly materialistic. You have your nice jewelry, your name brand purses, your shoes. You have your stuff. You live in a great area. You're where you want to be.
Right.
You're making $80,000, which is probably like check to check. Now fast forward. The love of your life is this poor man who has 4 roommates and can't even wake up on time because they're using his charger. He doesn't have a real job. You're going to quit your job when you're offered a promotion to choose broke love. But it's called materialist. That was stupid. I feel like they missed the plot. She should have went with that billionaire and lived her best life. Yes, she should have.
That's a take out of
Spoiler warning for those of you who are tuning in.
I didn't think you would make that take. So
it doesn't sound like she loves the
I
broke
don't think
man.
you would take the broke dude either, though. I think you wouldn't have took it anyway.
They're not compatible.
She loves him.
I don't think so.
She wouldn't have done that if she didn't.
She loves that he tolerates her. She feels like she's not lovable, and he loves her anyway.
Isn't that love, though?
No.
When you love somebody that tolerates you for everything that you got going, even though you feel like you flawed,
but that nigga don't care? I feel like she loves him out of guilt. Because she said, why would you love me? I think she's so caught up on the fact that he loves her that she's missing everything else. Y'all are not compatible. It's oil and water. That's why it doesn't work. He's worried about finances and you want to tra-la-la. He's broke and you want to eat at nice restaurants. Y'all are arguing over $20 parking in New York. That is not compatible.
I think she did the calculation of, I would rather that than the fancy dinners in New York.
And I think that was dumb.
Because
I think if this was real life, she would be calling that man back and she would have went to Iceland.
Practically, it's a bad idea.
She would have went to Iceland.
It's a bad investment. He said it, it's a bad investment.
It's not a bad investment. They'll be divorced in 5 to 10. Easy. Add kids to the mix of an already bad relationship when you're settling, for sure.
They might still be together. You'd be surprised. He might do better because of her. Because, what did he say? He gets with her, he'll get another job at catering.
Right.
He'll start doing commercial plays.
So, again, I'm not building a man. I'm not your motivation. If you, as a person, cannot be motivated to do better for yourself, you wake up in that apartment, he stepped on a used condom.
He did.
It was loud.
Bro, I would have.
It was dirty. Your phone was not charged and you missed your job because they came into your room in the middle of the night and took the charger. Mm-hmm. You got 4 unemployed people just chilling.
Mm-hmm. No, he's in a terrible situation.
That wasn't enough for you to say, I gotta pick myself up from the bootstraps and figure this out. You couldn't figure out on your own, like, dang, maybe I should be living by myself because this is chaos. No, he learned and adapted to operate in the chaos and he was comfortable with living check to check. That's not somebody that's going to work for me. I cannot be your gas and your motivation all the time. That relationship will not work.
It might work for him.
It won't work.
Who knows?
When she gets pregnant and she ends up with postpartum depression and she can't keep her own shit together and now she got a baby and another baby, now she gonna be like, dang, I should have took the short man That one take me.
He's not short no more though.
Right, but in her head, she's always gonna know.
She always gonna be like
she's always gonna know. I would be having all the short jokes.
We talking about materialist, bro. There was a part where he bent down to where he was really supposed to be at. That shit would have me dying. Nigga was below her.
He was standing there. He was like, "You still like me?"
That shit was crazy. It was good. It was a solid movie. But I think, yes, y'all motivate us sometimes heavily. Now I know you might be like, "Well, that doesn't make sense." It does.
I think that I should have some push, but I should not be your sole source of
Sometimes
motivation.
y'all are. Sometimes y'all are.
That's
it's just life.
That's codependent.
Kinda. You'd be surprised how it just changes the chemistry in our brains. It's like, okay, we gotta, because now we have somebody to care about. Sometimes y'all bring us out of depression heavily, and that motivates us to just start over. Now, I would not recommend that y'all take that risk all the time, obviously, but I believe that does happen. Some men know it doesn't help, right? I mean, you don't know who actually works in that.
And that's the problem. You have to have some of your own spark. You have to have some of your own motion. Imagine if I'm in my bed eating cookies, crumbs, and everything, and then I'm like, oh, if you date me, I'll get skinny and figure it out. Are you going to take the risk?
Depends on the girl.
No.
I feel like men take that risk all the time, though.
Do they?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
I think you got to look at it a little more realistically. The movie was just trying to push the message of don't be a materialist, right?
And I think that's
I don't even think that was the message.
I don't think
that is. No, I think that is
a message. Honestly, I don't think there was any
every
message.
movie has a theme and some form of message.
Even
dumb movies have some form of theme or message. The message that from what it sounds like that movie was trying to portray is that don't let material things get in the way of what you might truly want, right?
That's the main thing.
Love, which is what I think y'all are getting into today, is like love is like a very nebulous topic, right? And so I think the whole point of that film was like, you can't really define what love will be because you could have everything on paper that you want and still be unhappy. But then you get the one thing that everybody's like, you don't want that and be happy. So to your point, Ashley, I don't know if she is going to divorce him or not. Sounds like they're going to make it work. They may get divorced in the future. Who knows? But at that point in time, they wanted to drive home the message of she's happier here because he fits her more on an emotional side than on a physical side. Whereas she wasn't happy with Pedro's character because once she found out he used to be short, it seems like she was just out of it.
That wasn't the reason why she was out. There's a point in the movie where, because she's basically Hitch, right? She's a, what is it? What do you call that?
She's a matchmaker.
She's a matchmaker. Okay, so what she did was there was a client that she had who she had matched with, and the person the male that she had matched her with SA'd her, right? Mm-hmm. And so because of that happened, she was very distraught about it, like high depression, whatever. Pedro didn't really notice, but as soon as she met up with her ex again, he was like, "Are you okay?" Like he's seen that there's something wrong with her. I think that distinction itself made her realize that this is the one for me.
And she called him and wanted to talk to him.
Yeah,
about it.
him instead of Pedro while she was being with Pedro. It was a big deal, right? So like those things are very, I feel like, are important to women. Is that you recognize that something is wrong with me, even though I'm with somebody else. That's kind of, that's on another level in terms of emotional intelligence, you know what I'm saying, knowing who I am. I think the small things have always been the distinction when it came to being with a woman rather than the material things all day and every day.
I think it's a mix. So the key themes were materialism versus love, commodification of romance, economic reality versus idealism, human connection, and subverting rom-com tropes. And I think to your point, that's where it goes into like, are you dating for shits and gigs? Are you dating with intention? Mm-hmm. And what do you want out of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie.
But I thought it was really realistic. I liked how realistic it was, especially when she was talking to the people and their criteria. Mm-hmm. That's today.
No, I think the themes and topics are absolutely relevant to today, specifically. I think the movie came out, last year?
Yeah, 2025.
Speaking into what's happening today. And if y'all know, this is The Bridge ATL. I am one of your hosts, Kell, and I'm here to let y'all know that we are talking about dating today. Mm-hmm. And on the side, on the other side is Ashley.
Hey.
Yeah, so y'all know what it is. Tyler on the mic, he's on the 1 and 2s. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm in the background.
Doing the big thing, you know what I'm saying? And today we're going to be asking and talking about dating as of 2026. I don't want to say in 2026. I want to say as of 2026. I mean, I feel like everybody's like, why niggas got podcasts? Mike's talking about dating and women and men and all this other shit. I mean, if you've been a part of the show, we've talked about dating multiple times over. This is a new year, still January on this side. And I mean, this question is going to be asked forever, right? I mean,
I feel like it's a part of life.
Yeah, I mean, it's changing. It's ever fluid. I think back in the day, before social media, we didn't really have a way to determine how dating was overall. I think now, because of social media,
you could see it.
Yeah, it's in full effect.
Or see what people allow you to see, I should
Right.
say.
And your preferences have changed. Your partner's preferences have changed. They've seen everything. You've seen everything. You have expectations now, large expectations now because of what's going on. You actually think about what your friends think about your woman. I remember back in the day.
Do you?
Yeah.
I
remember I had an uncle, well, not an uncle. Well, maybe I think he was, uncle who had like side girlfriends, right? And so he would be like, they don't know each other. Like, they will never know on some crazy shit. I'm like, I guess, but I mean, that's true. Like, how would they know? You'd have to really travel, or he'd have to be caught up on a phone
Depending
number.
on where he is.
I don't think,
and who knows them.
She'd have to call *69 to find out who called the phone. Like nowadays, she just got to see if you follow her or not. It's way easier to get caught up.
Run into people, tell, post it in a video.
Exactly, and so I don't think people realize how insane, because I think people want expectations from like the 1990s of dating in today's standards, and that's just not going to happen.
I think people just care too much what other people are doing, and you try to copy and paste these relationships that you see and apply it to your relationship, and that's not necessarily how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care about my friends' opinions about my partner.
At all?
No. It's more or less like if you guys get along. Like, when I say I don't care about their opinion, like, I'm not asking my friends, like, oh, does he look good? Like, why would you even look at my man like that? I think that's weird. I would never have that kind of conversation. Mm-hmm. It's just more of, like, if they notice something that I don't, or bring something to my attention, or if it's just oil and water. Okay. I'm a pretty chill person. All of my really good friends are pretty chill people. If you cannot get along with them, you're probably the problem. So that would be a red flag to me.
Really?
Like, if y'all meet and y'all just beefing. Yeah, that would be a red flag, but not necessarily like, I don't know. Like, I don't complain to my friends about their husbands or whatever. If I do see something, it is like, girl, this is not you. Like, maybe you need to take a step back because it seems like it's draining you. But outside of that, like, I'm not about to be like, leave him, dump him. No, I don't. But I also don't comment on people's relationships
at all.
Not really. No.
I mean, what if their husband or man was cheating on them?
I would give my opinion, but I also am really good at knowing my friends. So I'm going to joke and be like, girl, but you're not going to leave. So what you going to do? Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case. Mm-hmm. Or like, yeah, girl, you're going to leave. So what are you going to do? Like, are you getting your stuff together? But I feel like in relationships, you should try to make things work until you get to a point where it's dead. Okay. And then if you're married, I'm always going to fight for you to exhaust all options before you get a divorce. Mm-hmm. But I feel like by the time people are having that conversation, the relationship is dead.
I would ask, I'm going to ask soon about what is dead to you. And, but I do want to ask you specifically in terms of dating as of 2026. Mm-hmm. What is it on a general standpoint throughout? We'll stay in America here because obviously, even though Ashley goes all around the world like Carmen Sandiego, I'm still in the US of A. So I ask you, in America, what do you think dating is now?
Dating right now is prostitution and competition, and it's battle of the who can show that they're getting loved the most. Okay. I think that there's a lot of flashing. It's a lot of exchange. Right. So when I say prostitution, I mean like down to like the definition. Like it's a very like you're paying me for time or you're paying me for acts. And I think it's become very transactional. Right. Like, oh, you want to chill with me? Okay, buy me a bag. Oh, you want to hang out? Pay for this shift. Oh, my rent is this. And it's like, whoa. And I think men have been conditioned to that depending on who they're around. Because some of the conversations is like, okay, like, have you dated or are you just involved in transactional relationships? Mm-hmm. Because it's giving transactional. Like, if you're always talking to me about like, oh, I want to take you out the country. Like, sir, I just met you 2 hours ago. Like, I'm not going anywhere with you. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, it's giving, like, you just want a trick. Like, and
I think just not even a trick. I think he just wants a body overseas. Honestly, I think if somebody asks you, says, "Hey, I want to take you out of the country," like off the rip, he just wants a body overseas.
That's crazy. Yeah, wrong person.
Prostitution. Yeah, absolutely wrong person.
Yeah.
Sometimes it becomes the right person.
And that's great. Like, I feel like I'm all for conditional relationships. I'm all for, if you guys have those agreements, do whatever works for you.
So I'm gonna go into that. I think. No, let's go into it now. Fuck it. You say you good with all that?
Me?
I don't like no tricks. None. If you pay for pussy, like I don't like it.
So that's not my business. So like I'm really big on what you eat doesn't make me shit.
It does though. I think it does.
As long as you're not messing with like a child or I don't even care if you're messing with a man. Like that's not my business.
Right.
Unless you're my man. What you do and how you do it and what works for you will always work for you. And I don't feel like it is my place to tell anybody how to live their life. As long as you're not breaking laws or messing with children. Outside of that, do whatever you want to do and enjoy.
So I'm a student of, well, I try to be a student of the economy, right? I think every single thing, I know we don't really classify it. I think anything that has a market has an economy, right?
Correct.
And I believe that because men have decided to go more into a transactional thing, this affects people who are not part of that.
But why would it? And that's why I feel like as people, we need to accept people for who they are. I think it only affects you if you want to try to change that person. If I know that you are a transactional person and you want to pay for what you want to pay for and you want to get what you want to get and that's how you want it, I know that you would never be the man for me because that doesn't work for me. So why would you expressing that to me be a turnoff in a sense of like I'm judging you? For me, I'm just going to, okay, noted. We're just cool. That's it. No more thought is needed. So like if a girl is telling you like, I want my man to pay my rent, pay all my bills, I don't work, buy me bags and take me on my trips, and that's what I expect, why would you then want to be like, well, I want to be with you and I don't want to do those things. So now you need to change to fit my narrative of who you should be.
I wouldn't say it messes it up because of that situation. Like I feel like you shouldn't have wanted been with that girl regardless whether that wasn't her mind anyway.
But that might work for somebody. What if there is a person that's like, you know what? Go back to the movie. Pedro said he doesn't feel like he could find love. So he wants a business partnership. He liked her because of her intellect. He liked her because he saw a business opportunity. And then they clicked and were cool. It wasn't really intimate. You could see they were sleeping on opposite sides. He wasn't picking up on social cues. There was no love there. However, it could work. So if you have two people that one is like, I'll pay for it, and the other one's like, I'll let you pay for it.
He might as well buy a robot, though, at that point.
Why?
Just get a robot.
Why?
Like, that's AI.
Why?
I mean...
Why? What if
no emotional cues?
But you saw they were kicking it. They had good conversations at dinner. They sat there for hours. It worked. If that works for you, let it work. That's just not for me. So I don't feel like it's okay. And I think that's the issue. We want to get in and tell everybody, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. Why not? If they're not breaking any rules, any laws, and there is a person out there that says, this is the kind of love that I want, this is how I want my partner to show up financially, who are we to say no? Who cares? And that's why I feel like we need to learn to mind our business.
So that particular relationship, that's okay. But what I mean specifically is, so because of a transactional period in terms of what dating is going into, this warps the minds of those who didn't previously have that ideology. Okay. And so because of that, now everybody's turning into transactional.
Are they? Because you don't sound transactional. I'm not transactional. So it's not everybody.
But the majority, a large majority. We probably are more insightful in terms of ourselves and what we want more than most people, maybe. I don't know. I know I'm talking shit. No, it sounds like, oh, these niggas think they know everything. Whatever. But I feel like a lot of people don't think about themselves.
And those people are not meant for us. So who cares?
That's true. For us. But for the general public, in which I'm attempting to help. But most of these people do not need to think transactional.
Why not? If that's how they think and that's what makes them happy, who cares? And
so what if because they're thinking transactional, let's say, for example, let me get a random name, Sharon down the street she's now going to transactional period. She's like, fuck that, nigga got to make this much.
Boom.
But she ends up 80 with nothing, no relationship, no
how's that our
kids, nothing.
business?
But she's wanted that. That's what she wanted. She expected to get that at some
Is
point.
that not life? Is that not how? None of us have the answers. You saying people should not be transactional is your opinion.
Yeah.
Because you want a love-based relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there that don't have that. So who are we to tell them what works for their life? And that's the issue. We want to get on these platforms and these podcasts and we want to tell everybody that there's one way to love and that there's one way and that's it. And I don't think that's right. We're all different people. We don't like the same things. We don't wear the same things. We don't do the same things. Why would we then be so ignorant to think that we all want people to love the same way?
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, there wouldn't be the 5 love languages.
Is that a thing?
The love languages?
I've never heard of the 5 love languages. I don't know what that
it's a book. It's a really,
You know what that is?
It's
that
a really
real?
renowned book. Yeah. So it's like, how do you want your partner to show up for you? Do you want words of affirmation? Do you want gifts?
Physical
touch? Do you want
touch.
me to touch you and cuddle you at the end of
Acts
your day?
of service.
Do you want me to clean the house because I know that you're stressed? Like, how do you...
You know what that is?
What's the last one? It's
You read that book?
I didn't read the book, but I know the
But I
love
said that nigga
languages.
done read the
There's
book.
a test.
My cousin reads a lot of these books.
I remember this. Yeah,
And
we
he
talked
told
about
me
this.
about
That is
them.
crazy work. Hold on, let me look this shit up.
Acts of love,
5 love languages.
acts of service. It's physical touch, acts of service, gifts,
Words of affirmation.
words of affirmation, and
You ever been with a date with a nigga? He was like, you know about the 5 love? You ever?
Yeah.
what's the fifth
This
one?
guy I was dating, we took the test together.
Oh shit.
He was like, can we do the test? Because I need to see like how...
Are we compatible?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think that's real because imagine if I am a words of affirmation person and I need you to like pour into me and tell me that
Are you a
love
words of
me.
affirmation person?
No. But what if I needed that? And you're like...
Quality time.
Yes.
That's the
And you're
last
like, I don't do that. Like, that's not my thing. Or what if I'm a very big physical touch person? I'm like, I need you cuddling me down.
All day, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I don't really do cuddles.
Okay.
Like, I think knowing the way that you want your partner to show up helps. So again, if we're all just one person, this wouldn't be a thing. The issue is we're trying to control everyone and tell them how they need to show up. And in reality, we need to worry about what we can control in our business.
All right, so real quick, I'm gonna give y'all the 5 words of affirmation: acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time. Well, words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. These are the 5
Love languages.
apparently love languages
It's a great book.
by
Check
Gary
it out.
Chapman. This is
You
what
Does
do
it,
the
let me
test
ask you something. Does it make sense to you?
online.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you really break
Yeah.
it down, it makes a lot of sense.
Like,
I don't
how do
know.
you want your partner to show up?
What,
I feel like all
what
5.
works?
I
What
think all
works
5
for
would have to be in
you?
there.
Do all 5? Do you need all 5? Do you think you need
every-
personally?
I think
You think
yes.
all 5?
I want
Yes.
you to do the
Yes.
test, and then I want to
I don't
see
think
what
you
comes
need
up.
all 5. I think all 5 come into play, but I think it's levels. There's certain ones like some
you don't
people
want
don't like
gifts
to be
every
touched.
single day, all the time.
I don't know if you've ever.
I need all 5.
I don't know if you've ever been with a woman. Some women don't like to be touched as much. They don't like to cuddle. They don't like to be up under you.
I don't think you have to be
right?
up under somebody.
But that's physical touch. Words are affirmation. Do you feel like you need to go around and constantly be like, I love you?
Yes.
I love you so much.
I need yes, I think I do need to tell them. I feel like they need all 5 of these.
They need, what do you need? We're not talking about other
I think I need
people.
all 5
It's,
too.
it's levels to it, though. There's going to be one that stands out
I think
above
every
the rest.
person
I
needs
need you
at
to do
some
the
form
test.
of all 5.
I need
like,
you to do the
are they the
test.
same? Are they going to be on the same level each? Like, do I need?
It's
do I
a
need
different.
to receive
So
gifts
it's
as
not
much
what
as I
you
need. Quality
need.
like physical touch? No.
So that's
It's not
how
what
they're
you
leveled
need.
out.
It's
Yeah.
what
But
you
you need all
want.
5,
It's
though.
what you want. That's how it works. The 5 love languages work on
Level
want.
of importance.
Right.
Priority.
It works on want more so
Priority.
than need. Yeah, I agree. You should have all 5 of those. But everybody's going to have a different
Priority.
You might need
priority,
100,
right?
a 90% of positive what is it? Positive
Words of affirmation.
Yes. You might need to hear it all the time. But then like giving might be
At the bottom.
at the bottom because you only care about birthdays and holidays.
You want a gift, but do you think you need a gift all the
Every
time?
day, like, okay, you got
So it's lower on your
Yeah, it's
priority
priority.
list.
so that's how it
I'm
works.
just like, well, you
So,
know,
like I said, need, yes. Want is more so how this is quantified.
okay.
So,
All right.
from a want perspective.
But yeah, going back to why I said I feel like transactional, some people should not be thinking in that area. Because you say it doesn't affect you, right? I think it might be true for women. I think for men it does definitely affect men.
Why?
But at the same time,
Why do you think it affects men?
I'm about to get into that. At the same time, I believe some men do so because some men who are not financially stable do believe that they still need they deserve somebody. And
Passport bros.
Huh?
Passport bros.
No, passport bros be having money though.
Do they?
Yeah, some of them do.
Because I feel like every time I've seen
it.
these shows with these passport bros and they get these little mail order brides, they're poor.
Are they?
And they promise them these lives, and the girls come over and they're like, you said you had a house, you don't. You said you have this, you don't. Like,
okay, so I mean,
giving you went over there.
I think you're looking at passport bros wrong. The way they work, the whole concept is just I go over to another country and I fuck for the lowest price. Bringing them back, that's something different. That's where you transcend being a passport bro and you just went over there for a mail order bride and you bring them back. But if you can afford to do that, you got to have some level of money. Like, you got to have some money. You can't, a broke nigga cannot go to Thailand, fuck on something, and then come back with her. Like, that's not happening.
There's a few of these shows where that's exactly what happened. And these women are 95 hot. They're like, you took me from my family. I moved over here. You promised me this life. And you do not
take it with a grain of salt because they're on a show now.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't seen them. I ain't seen those shows. It might have been that way. Only places I see passport bros, honestly, is on TikTok or like Instagram, and they'll pop up, right? Most of them dudes have bread. You know what I'm saying? Like they or they seem to have bread. I can't really say.
I mean, but a ticket to Thailand's not cheap.
Facts. So what I'll say is, what I mean by affects them is, because I would say back in the 1950s or 40s, 60s maybe. I don't know. Can't really run an area. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't think it was as transactional, as at least if you were working.
There's always been brothels. There's always been strip clubs. There's always been back to the Roman times.
Right. There's always been ways in which you could pay for some.
It wasn't as publicized.
Exactly. Yeah. There's always an exchange, right? So what I mean is, like I said previously, the average woman wasn't necessarily like, you got to pay this much to have me right now.
Because the average woman had no rights.
Exactly. No, I agree. And they didn't have the opportunities that they have now.
They had no jobs. They had no license to their body. They had no worth unless they were married.
Facts. But I think the main question I was asking is, would you sacrifice being alone because of transactional standards? Because it's like material. I think
you're
the material
asking
is,
me, would I rather be alone or would I rather deal with somebody that's transactional?
Not you specifically, but you could say yourself specifically. Yeah. But what do you think? I think you probably already said it. Like you, at least what I'm getting is, you're okay with sacrificing. You're okay with being alone instead of being with somebody, depending on. Yeah. I'm
not a prostitute.
Facts.
So you can't buy me.
Facts.
So that's not going to work for me. I can afford my own bills. I can afford my cost of living. I don't need to be with somebody to pay my bills. Right. So that's not.
But that's so. I mean, so you don't even need. You're not even looking at financials, are you? Or are you looking for financials?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying. So what I mean by transactional is,
I'm not on a first date asking you how much you make.
You must make 100,000.
Am I saying that? No, but I feel like I know how much people make generally based on what they do. Okay. I'm not dating somebody that works at McDonald's. I just don't come across those people. So I will say, like, in my profession and the people that I'm around, everybody does very well. So I wouldn't have that issue.
Okay.
So I can't speak to that. But I feel like if I met somebody and I was really like feeling them and they made $80,000 a year, I'm not going to be like, oh, you only make $80,000 a year. That's not going to work. But I think relational wise, it wouldn't work because I'm in a sales-based business. I obviously make more than that. Like, my question would be, are you comfortable and complacent where you are? What are you doing? What are your goals? That would kind of
that would determine goals, priority first. So priority first is what when it comes to like financial. Obviously, there's a certain point, but you said that.
I mean, I feel like before we even get into all that, it's just like, how do we mesh? Like, how do we get along as people? Because I feel like you can always make more money. You can always get a better job. You can always do those things. How do we operate as two people? Do we get along? Are we able to communicate? Can you communicate? Because a lot of men do not know how to communicate. Do you even know what you want? Or you're just reiterating what you're hearing in these songs or you're seeing? Like, you just want a bad bitch? Or like, what is it that you need? Like, as a partnership, how do we work? And then I think the rest of that comes into play later.
Okay. So I guess my main question is not, because you answered for yourself, I'll say average black woman, they make around 50,000.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, that's apparently
Where, in the U.S. or?
I guess in the U.S. Yeah, Bureau of Labor Statistics.
So the average black woman in the U.S. makes $50,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Okay.
If that woman was saying it must be 100,000, should that be is that okay for all?
I think it's okay, and that again, that's the problem. It's okay for you to say whatever works for you, whatever you want. If you make 50 and you want your partner to make 100, I think that's okay for you to say that.
Okay.
Now it's on you to figure out who fits that mold.
Right. Because I think less than 1% black men make 100,000 if
you're dating black men.
If you're dating black.
Right. I think people have a very odd concept of money. I don't think people understand money. I don't think people understand how much people make. And I think they listen to these songs and it's easy to just throw things out. It's very easy to just say, oh, you need to make this. Oh, you have to have this. But I don't think people actually understand what that looks like. Mm. Like, do you actually know what $100,000 a year looks like? How much is that a month? How much is that pre-tax? How much is that post-tax? How much is that net? Like, what is that? Mm-hmm. Is it a comp plan? Is that your base salary? Like, there's so many factors that go into it. And then I also think it's like demographics. Do you live in the bumblefuck in Idaho and you're saying they need to make $100,000, but the average person makes 40? Mm-hmm. Like, we got to have some common sense here. Okay. I think it's very realistic. Like, let's say where I live in Roswell, the average cost of a home is over $100,000. Okay. So if you're only making 50, how are you even qualifying? So okay. I think that's when the common sense comes into play. You
just want them to make sure that they're being realistic with their expectations, right? Yoked. Okay, bet.
I think most men that I date, people that are older than me, I date black men. Most make more than me. I don't think the men that I've ever dated or encountered would be okay with their girlfriend or wife making more than them.
What you mean by okay? Like what do you mean? How do you think
I don't think that they would be okay with that.
How would they react?
I don't think we would be together because I don't think that that would work for them.
You think they would just fall into some depression, or what do you mean?
They'd probably cheat.
They'll cheat because you make more?
Because I've heard like I have to make more than my girl. Like, what do you mean?
These are men who are already making more than you, though, right? Yeah. Okay.
Because I mean, they do very well for themselves, but I think it's more of as a man in that age group, I think they feel like they have to take care of their home. And I feel like if your wife makes more than you, it's kind of like, how do you take care of home if you can't afford home?
So let's say one of these men make $250,000 a year.
Okay.
And they got with a woman who makes $1 million a year.
Yeah.
You think you're thinking they're going to cheat on her just because she makes $1 million?
Yeah.
That's because they told you they'll do that.
Who? I don't know. They didn't tell me. They just said I wouldn't be with somebody that makes more than me.
Okay. And that you think just the reaction is just cheating?
I think that's what most men do when they don't know what to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to go to cheat just because they don't know?
I think men avoid hard conversations.
I don't know if that's a hard conversation though.
But I think it is, because now you're admitting to yourself that there's nothing wrong with the relationship. There's nothing wrong with anything. You personally
are not comfortable
because she makes more than you.
So you think discomfort leads to cheating in relationships?
Yeah.
Just
whether
discomfort.
It's discomfort of having communication, like I don't want to talk to you and tell you that I'm not attracted to you anymore, or I don't want to tell you that I don't love you anymore, or I don't want to tell you that you don't listen to me, or I don't feel seen, or I don't feel heard. Like, who wants to have that conversation?
I don't have a problem having that conversation.
You don't have a problem having it, but do you want to? Do you want to come home? Do you want to? Do you want to come home and be like, you know what? I don't like you because you're a nagging ass bitch. You've been annoying me. I'm over it. You talk down to me. You make me feel bad. Da-da-da-da-da. What are you going to do to fix it?
I guess speaking for the average person, no, I guess they wouldn't, right?
It's a hard conversation to have. Yeah. To tell you, like, as a man, especially black men, there's a perception.
Yeah.
So now you have to admit that you're feeling feelings that you probably don't even know how you feel. You have to admit to problems. Mm-hmm. You have to admit that, I'm emasculating you every time I yell at you, or every time I make a dig or I make a comment. Now you have to admit that, you might have an insecurity, or, I'm like, oh, you're getting a little tubby. I see the winner, like, there's so many videos, people making jokes, calling their man fat, or like, it's body shaming. Imagine if a husband came home and called his wife fat. But there's so many videos on the internet where I see women calling their men fat.
Oh, I ain't never seen those. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
The men care?
I mean, some of them. And then they talk shit back, and then it was awkward, but it's like, that's not a way that I would treat anyone.
Right.
So, I mean, especially the person that you're agreeing to spend the rest of your life with. And I think a lot of people go into these relationships thinking one thing, and then you're in it, and it's another. So now how do you have this laundry list of bad conversations?
I guess, obviously that mainly deals with the man or, women, depending on how they're able to hold these conversations. Or even if they have these conversations, I feel like these conversations are not had enough anyway.
They're not.
Because I don't know if I've said it today, but I've said it before for sure. Dating is changing. I mean, in terms of relationships, they're changing, ever changing, fluid. They were stable. They were solid. Traditional.
Were they fluid and solid, or did we hide
No,
things?
they were solid. They were not fluid. They're fluid now. They were solid before.
Solid.
The idea
How are they solid?
The idea of a traditional relationship was simply I pay for everything, or it's supposed to be I pay for everything. You take care of the house. Boom. Like that was the standard.
But that was because I couldn't work. So if I can't work, of
now
course
y'all
I'm
can
gonna
work.
take care of the
But I'm
house.
saying now y'all can work, and not only can y'all work now, y'all are making more money than men now.
So was it solid?
No, back then. Now it's fluid because of that dynamic. That's what I mean, right? So like back then it was
a standard.
There we go.
Okay.
Now it's more fluid, it's ever changing because of the dynamics that are happening today.
I also think perception plays a role. I think people get into these picturesque relationships. We can use Christy and Desmond as an example. She now has the husband. She has the kids. She has the car. She has the nice house. She has money. What could you possibly have to complain about?
Explain to the audience who Christy and...
So Christy...
What's the name? Christy? Is it Christy?
I think it's Christy. I think it's Christy and Desmond.
Okay.
I never followed them. I didn't care for her content. I think she's a gorgeous girl. It was just very performative for me. It was a little much, but I know of them. I found out he's a chef. She's an influencer. They're married, been together since they were 14. I believe they have 2 kids and they just built a house. And from the outside looking in, everything appears to be perfect. And I think this is what, even as regular people, the issue that we have. You are expected, if you have the man, you have the house, you have the car, you have the job, what could you possibly have to be upset about? Because outside looking in, all of your boxes are checked.
The man, you said?
Men or women.
Well, from what I know is he wanted to leave. So
I'm saying relationships.
Okay.
When your relationship appears to be perfect to the public.
Right.
As a man or a woman, how do you then complain to your friends and say, you know what, I've actually really been struggling. Like, I don't feel heard or seen in my relationship. Because it's like, oh, girl, you'll be fine. Like, you got everything. Like, what is there to complain about? And I think for men, it's the same thing. Like, your wife is bad. Like, you'll be all right. You got the kids. You got the house. Like, what you complaining about? But I think when those essential needs aren't met, it doesn't matter how good things look and how good things appear to be if foundationally you guys aren't there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's always... The responses and the reactions towards their divorce is always on the surface. We have no idea, right? My first recognition of realizing that it ain't all pretty on the outside is, I want to say Halle Berry and Eric Benet.
He broke her jaw? Wasn't that him?
Did he?
Wasn't that her?
I don't think so.
Or she was deaf in one ear. One of the relationships she was in, she ended up being deaf in one ear because they beat her so bad.
Well, I don't even know about that. My main thing was that, like, people were like, how could you fumble Halle and whoop you? And it's like, that's where I was like, because at that point, I'm like, how can you? But, as you get older, you meet women who are significantly gorgeous, right? Like, just out of the box, pretty as hell, Barbie, all that shit, right? But then you start being around them and you realize, okay, these are the flaws here. I mean, this is just recognition of beauty isn't all, everything that glitters ain't gold, right? Like, or whatever that shit said, whatever it is. But I mean, and that's the main thing with that particular relationship, because I don't think they talked about specifically why they divorced anyway. I think it seems like she was surprised or something. I mean, I know everybody else was surprised, because why would you build a house from the ground up and then decided to divorce him like what, months later. I don't even think the house has been up even a fucking year.
She was abused by a previous boyfriend.
Yeah, I found it.
I
do
a
want to
baseball player, yeah.
She
Oh,
said
that was,
the injury was in the early 90s.
Damn.
An
David
abusive
Justice.
former
David
Justice,
boyfriend
damn.
hit
It
her
was David
so
Justice that
hard
did it, for real?
that it punctured her
No.
eardrum, resulting in the loss of approximately 80% of hearing in her left ear. Barry has never publicly named the partner responsible for this injury, referring to him only as a well-known person in Hollywood. For many years, public speculation wrongly pointed to her first husband, David Justice. In 2015, he spoke out to clarify he was not the one
I'm about to say,
who
David,
abused her.
David.
But she's been an advocate for domestic violence, so I do want to correct it. That wasn't who it was.
Okay, yeah, because I know, shout out David Justice, you know what I'm saying, he was fired. But I was like, damn, you did that, that's crazy. But anyway, seeing that, you know what I'm saying, saying that, like I said, everything you see on the surface, specifically social media.
But I feel like what you said was key, like going back to Halle Berry. She's so bad, why are y'all getting divorced? Being married is more than aesthetics.
Yeah, definitely.
Being married is more than just like, we got these rings, woo. Like, and I'm big on the bigger the wedding, the bigger the divorce. Personally, I feel like people that focus on the other people and putting on these grand shows are right about the wrong thing. I think marriage is very intimate. Marriage is like the ceremony itself. Like when people don't pay attention to me, I feel like having a wedding and being invited to somebody's ceremony is like the biggest thing. And you should be very attentive. Like this is something that should probably only be done once. I'm agreeing to spend the rest of my life with you. Like, that is such a beautiful moment.
Should not even, probably, it must be done once. You have to have that mentality going in, I think. I do,
but I also think you need to be okay to pivot. And I think as women...
What you mean by okay to pivot?
If it's not working, leave. Like, if you've exhausted all your options, it is okay to leave. It is okay to have a failed marriage. There is nothing wrong with that.
Really?
That's why I said, like, perfect world, you should go into marriage with the idea that I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life. We are going to grow old together and we are going to die together. Okay. So if we're getting married at 30, I need to be with you until I'm 100. How does that work? Can we be together for better or worse, richer or poorer, sickness and health? Like literally, like, are you actually listening to those things, or are you just finding the baddest person with the best income and now you're just getting married? So I do think it's okay to admit that you made a mistake and get a divorce. If you're in an abusive relationship, you should not feel like, oh, I agreed until death do us part. I think that's how a lot of people get tricked and sucked into these marriages. You marry somebody thinking that they're one way, and then, you know, you're living together and you have a completely different experience.
You said trick. What do you mean by trick? Like,
if I tell you that I'm going to have sex with you every night, I'm going to cook dinner every night, I'm going to clean, do all the things, and then we get married and I don't cook, I don't clean, I'm not doing anything. The house is a mess. I can't cook. I'm just a liar. Do you then have to stay with me for the rest of your life because I lied to you?
How does somebody... I guess this is another thing where,
and I think it's men and women.
And I agree. And I guess I try to.
If you tell me that
think outside myself when it comes to these things, like, okay, getting tricked off of. I don't.
You woo me with the relationship. You're buying me flowers. You're being nice to me.
I believe the red flag is always there, and it's never hidden.
I don't think so. I've been tricked. No, you were not who you appear to be. You're not. You're not the person that you showed me you were at the beginning.
Like you didn't see.
I got you now.
You might not have seen.
Mean?
You might not have seen the pure flag, right? Like it might not have been shown bright and red, but you don't. There was never a flicker.
No.
Ever. No. It's just a switch in that motherfucker.
And then as soon as I saw it, I was out of there.
That shit was green and it just switched to red as soon as.
No. Like, oh, you don't buy flowers anymore. Oh, well, we date now. What does that mean?
Ain't that like a psychopath?
Well, I got you now. I don't know what it is. It's single. That's what they are. I don't know. Not my problem anymore. I don't know. I'm not digging that deep. I'm not a clinical therapist.
I feel like every relationship I've been in.
But that's why there's the term love bombing. You get with somebody, you're showing them all the love, you're doing all the things so that they like you, and then you get them, and then the flip switch. Now you're not doing any of those things.
I would say
that's why they call it the honeymoon phase.
I would say like bomb more than love bomb.
I think it's love bombing for sure. When you see these rappers with these big arches and these balloons in the rooms, they're trying to make you feel like you're the only girl in the world that they're doing this for, and then you get on.
That's material.
But it doesn't. material, but it's still not gonna not make you feel good.
Like,
if you come home and you tell me like all your favorite things, and then you come home and all your favorite things are made, your favorite meal, your food's laid out, you have your outfit, like everything's perfect, you're going to feel loved. You're gonna feel warm and fuzzy inside. She listens to me. Dang, I just told her I had a bad day at work and now my meal's ready, my this. You're going to feel like, oh my God, this is my person. Then if they never do that shit again, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. So I think it's just different levels. Maybe that's not what you like, but I'm saying that's going to make somebody feel special.
I understand that will absolutely make somebody feel good and grand about the person that's doing it. I would never use that as like.
I'm just using it as an example because
I agree. Yeah, because I think most women do look at that and consider that and say, okay, he loves me so much because
I've never had a hotel room decorated. Oh my God, the whole hotel room says I love you. There's balloons, there's candles, there's flowers. They're doing all the specials now. I see them all over Instagram. Bedroom special, hotel special. Like that makes people feel good. Like you thought about me. You took the time to plan something.
Would you say now that's not that shouldn't be used as a way to determine whether they love you or not? Or would you still consider that that's a way of somebody loves you?
I think if you prefer gift giving and that's your love language, then I think that would be an indicator to you that they love you.
I think that's one of the things about that particularly because that's tangible. I think if I'm a fucking billionaire, gift giving is like the easiest shit I can do. Like it's nothing.
But if you've never had anything and that's how you prefer to be loved.
If I'm broke, if a nigga is broke and he's able to give you gifts and be stable still, I think that's way more of an indicator of like, okay, that nigga loves me for real. Like he'll go broke.
But I don't think people think like that.
And I think they should. I think if you think of a billionaire and he's able to give you everything that you want, you should never, I don't care what the love language is. I don't care where it's at on your priority list. It's nothing to a nigga that got money to give you whatever you want.
And for you, I think that's a highly emotionally intelligent person. And how many people are dating with high emotional intelligence?
That's what I'm saying.
And how many people aren't just getting swooped up into the love and into it. Like everybody goes and talks about 50 Shades of Grey and like, oh, he picked her up in a helicopter and he did this and he did this. Creating experiences that people have never had or never done can be an indicator of love. Like, oh my God, he took the time out to plan this and do this. They're not thinking, oh, he called his assistant and just had it scheduled, or he does this all the time, or he buys these all the time. Like he bought everybody the same Audi. I think that's the thing that people don't think of because you're in it. It's fun. It's weird.
So you're basically in a
love bomb. You're in the honeymoon phase.
So you're getting love bombed basically into some type of hypnosis of.
And now you living with them. Now you're tra-la and the relationship isn't the same.
So should you avoid that?
I think you should be aware of what's going on. I think you should always be highly cognizant of people. But that's just me. I don't trust anybody.
I mean, like, would you recommend that to most women?
I would recommend you to do whatever is fit for you. Like, I don't know why you thinking because somebody buys you a purse that means that they love you. Yeah. I don't know that thought. So
you're just heavy on like do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like fuck, like you can. I guess because me, I'm not on it as much as you are.
Yeah, I genuinely don't care.
I feel like a lot of that shit can lead you to pure oblivion.
And none of that is my business.
And so I'll say that is kind of true, but I don't want to live around in a world of zombies, right? Like where y'all are all fucked up.
No
and I'm good because I know what's going on.
All you have control over is you and your circle. So why not focus on what you can control? I'm not around people like that. But what if my
circle is also becoming zombies because of this shit? And I'm not saying anything.
Get a new circle.
But all the circles are becoming zombified.
No, they're not. That's bullshit. If that was the case, there wouldn't be billionaires, there wouldn't be millionaires, there wouldn't be... That's bullshit. Where you're comfortable being, where your stomping grounds, yeah. Get outside of your area.
So I had to burn my circle.
How are you burning your circle? So if you're in a relationship, and this is why those relationships end. That's like saying, well, I've been in this marriage for 15 years. I've been unhappy for 10, but I mean, I've been in it this long. I might as well just keep going. That's the dumbest shit ever. If something is no longer serving you, leave. And I mean that for everything. A job, a relationship, anything.
What if I can help fix it? What if I can rectify it?
Do they want it rectified?
Maybe.
Did you try?
I mean, they're not there yet, but I'm saying, like, let's say they were going into the...
So you're thirsty. I'm handing you a cup, and I'm telling you to drink it, and you're telling me no? What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't feel like I should just abandon them, though.
Okay.
Because if I've known you for so long and I see you going into this area, I'm not...
So my question,
if I feel like
my
I can't
question
help
would be
you,
if you're seeing them go into this era. So you know me, you've heard my stance. Now all of a sudden I'm saying, you know what? Fuck love. I want a nigga cash out, purse me up. I'm Summer Walker. Fuck love. I'm done trying. I want my money, and that's all I care about. And you and I have a conversation, and you're like, Ashley, you know what? I feel like you really need to just let these men love you. Like you should try to just find love.
it wouldn't even be that. I would say be very careful, obviously, who you choose, but don't go that route fully.
Why? I don't care. I just want to check.
Because 9 times out of 10, that route is the worst. That is the worst route.
Why is it the worst? I don't want to be loved. I don't think that they love me. I don't care. I just want money.
What did you just say? You don't think that they love you? What if there's somebody out there that can really truly love you, but you don't? You never found them because you just want them to cash out. You decided to take the cash out instead of staying. So instead of waiting for the parlay to fully hit, you decided to cash out now.
So I still got my money. Who
But
cares?
I'm saying you could have still. You could hit the jackpot.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I played the Mega Million several times, didn't win. This is a sure win. What's the problem? You get what I'm saying? So now you have to get frustrated because my mind is set.
I'm not frustrated. It's just,
why not just accept it? Why not just accept it? Okay, this is the path that she's on. You're either going to love me for this or you're not going to fuck with me. And that's it. Who cares? And that's how I feel. Like my friend group, all of my like core friends live very different lifestyles. And I love that for them. And I love them down. Would I live the same way that they do? No. Would I make the same decisions that they do? No. But I also, it's not for me. That's not my husband. That's not my life.
Yeah.
That's not, who cares? Are you safe? Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you an overall good person? So who cares?
I think I'm thinking of it like.
It's not going to change the way that I think. It's not going to sway me to start being like, okay, cash out. It's not. So I don't care.
No, I feel what you're saying because it's like how I see it is like how maybe a Christian or a hyper Christian is like, I don't want you to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to go to heaven.
You saying that to me, I know you're going to be in hell because God said, mind your business. Thou shalt not judge. You're judging me, making an assumption. No, because that's what's wrong with Christians.
Yeah, right.
You're judging me, assuming that you know better than I do, and you know where I'm going to end up. Mm-hmm. So you have the power to save me? Mm-hmm. That's laughable. Mind your business.
Right. But that's what I mean is like, I think most people see it that way anyway.
And that's, you have a God complex.
They look at it like,
and you should go to therapy if that's how you see it.
Yeah.
But you can't save nobody.
So if you choose money, mm-hmm. We've always learned if you choose the money.
What?
It's not the right way to go, is it?
Who taught you that?
All money ain't good money.
Who said that to you? A broke person. Who?
Billionaires have told me this.
A billionaire told you that?
Billionaires told me this.
A billionaire who has $1 billion told you, who, no shade, because I'm in the same boat,
right.
Broke
right.
in comparison. So a billionaire told a broke person that money ain't the way to go.
Looking for straight money, just going straight for the money.
That doesn't sound crazy to you?
No.
Granted, you shouldn't have tunnel vision, but all I'm saying is...
I met these men in rehab centers.
Right.
Specifically
so again,
that.
It's real easy to tell people what not to do once you're already there.
Right.
I don't think money is the root of all evil. I think money brings out who you are.
That's true.
Telling me not to worry about money when you have $1 billion fucking dollars is cool. I hear you. That's like telling a person who's walking on the street that they don't need a car.
Right.
It's cool till it rains. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I think that's stuff that we be telling ourselves to make us feel better. No. Who cares? Focus on you, what you can control, and your business.
Okay.
And what you can control is who you bring into your life, who you procreate with, who you marry, who you decide to stay with. What your friends are doing, unless they're sleeping with your wife or your spouse, who cares?
That's the only thing you should care about.
Who cares? Who cares? I genuinely, like, if it's not illegal and it's not anything else, like, I have a friend who's in an open marriage. It works perfect for her and her husband. It's her idea. Loves it. Loves it. Stands 10 toes down on it. And I love her. It's one of my best friends. I would never be in a situation like that. To me, in my mind, it doesn't make sense how it works. But it works for her. It doesn't have to make sense to me. But that doesn't affect the way she treats me. That doesn't affect the way she shows up for me. It doesn't affect the way that I show up for her. Mm-hmm. So why do I think that I have all the answers because of the way that I prefer to do something that I then can tell her what to do?
In any situation, have you ever had you ever felt like you really had the answer?
To what?
Anything, no matter what it is. Any kind of situation or any kind of dilemma.
When it comes to me, yes. And I can always give you advice. I can tell you what I would do or what I think. but I don't think that I'm a one-stop shop for everything.
Okay.
Because again, even as a friend, if I'm giving you advice, I only know your side. And there's always 3 sides to a story. So I don't have enough gall to believe that I know all the answers. So if I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to tell you how to handle your girl, I'm going to be like, look, bro, I know you and I know what you're telling me, but based on this situation, I know that's not how you handled it. I hear what you're saying. I hear how it makes you feel, but I know that's not how it went down. You leaving some stuff out. So with that being said, this is how I think it went. This is what I think you should do. Now, what you do with that is what you do with it.
I guess that's what I'm talking about. It's the same way, like, I feel like if I gave you advice on certain things, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the right decision.
But that's how I feel
obviously,
about it.
because, like, for example, obviously most women are having the most fun that they ever have going straight for the money. We see that.
And most men are having the most fun they ever had.
Tricking.
Giving the money.
Exactly. So it's like, it's not like I'm saying that, some niggas shouldn't or some women should not
But
do that
you did.
anyway.
You said don't do it.
No, I'm saying it could lead up to that way. But obviously that's not the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because people are going to do it and they are doing the best that they can. So it's not the answer. I think that would be my answer to them if they asked me, but it's not
But those
necessarily.
people ain't asking because they don't care.
Exactly. It's not the answer though. Because, that life is not necessarily black and white and all that. It's great, gray hairs and all that other shit.
There's no amount of money that's going to make me become a Bonnie Blue. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's no world in what you can
I can't
tell
speak
me.
on you.
Yeah.
I can speak on me.
No, I'm just saying I can't speak on you. A lot of people will say what you're saying, right? But depending on your situation and where you are in life, that answer can change.
I think there's a price. The price doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, but I think there's a certain, standard or kind of particular system or something you have to bring to a table that she has to be okay with.
That's wild.
I don't think am I lying? I can't
think
pull
so.
some girl and I could be like, I don't think.
And that's why I don't believe in like stealing a man, stealing a woman. I don't believe that. I think that if you meet your person and you two are truly meant to be and you two are truly happy and in a good relationship, I do not believe that everybody can just be bought or taken or stolen. Like, I don't
Not
agree
by
with
like,
that.
oh yeah, I'm this nigga with a trench coat, overcoat.
Like,
with
I'm out with my man. I'm in
I
love.
got
I'm
$2
with-
million right now.
I'm with my
Come
husband,
over here.
and now a man pulls up in a
Nah,
Corvette.
no, I'm not saying like that.
Flashing some money, and I'm like, "See ya, babe."
No, I'm not saying like that. You can be bought with emotion. You can be bought with intelligence. You can be bought with something.
So you're not bought. You're unhappy.
There's competition. What I mean is competition. Yeah. You
Because you
can
wouldn't
be.
be looking for anything. So that's why I feel like that's hard to say. Because if I'm in a perfect relationship, all my boxes and needs are being checked, I wouldn't even know that person exists because I'm not looking.
But what I mean by bought is you probably already bought your relationship. You're probably bought by your man already, so you're already purchased in a way. Now I know that seems like it's going to seem monetary, but that's what I mean is like every woman has some kind of standard, some kind of buying price, whether it's money.
Is that not a relationship though? Like you're saying I meet my match and now
Most women don't. I don't think most women meet their exact match.
I don't think anybody meets their match because people settle.
So because they don't meet their exact match,
You're settling for what you think you
I
deserve.
feel like you can be bought by somebody who meets your exact match, even though you might be in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and it's not a perfect relationship, it's a decent one, but yeah, you see a man who can bring you that
That's
perfection.
because you're not happy and you're actively looking for your happiness because you settled. So if you didn't settle and you waited, you'd have been fine. You're using one person to wait until you see the next person and you're just trying to hop from like...
Subconsciously.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're like, I deserve to be here, so I'm just going to bebop until I get there.
So the first girl in The Materialist, and we're going to bring it all back to the end and all this, The Materialist, what did she say? She didn't want to get married. I'm a modern woman. Why am I doing this? And the girl said, well, because you feel valuable. Mm-hmm. And she's like, you know what? That's right. And she was okay with feeling valuable. You know what I'm saying?
She also was getting married for the completely wrong reason. She was getting married because she liked the way it made her feel because he was better than her sister's boyfriend.
Exactly.
Hence, if she had therapy, she wouldn't feel in competition and she wouldn't be marrying somebody to just make her feel good.
Exactly.
So again, settling because she didn't think she could find anybody. He checks off most of her boxes. So now she's going to be with him and she's going to be actively looking for her next husband while she's with this one.
And then
that's a problem.
That's how the movie kind of framed it, was that as though she was about to go into a happily ever after because they had the marriage. I mean, yeah, and all that other shit. But when the actual matchmaker was feeling the same way with being with Pedro's character, she didn't want that. She didn't care about feeling valuable. She wanted more of the love angle. which is why she ended up with the boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, whatever. So obviously we see that, you know, and that's what I mean. It's like, I don't think perfection, in my opinion, is not
There's
realistic.
no such thing as perfection.
Right, it's not realistic.
There's no such thing. But I do think you shouldn't settle. Because then you end up resenting your partner and you end up cheating. I think you should find get therapy.
Does it always lead to cheating?
I think so. Figure out what you need because you're actively searching for the right partner.
What if you're not searching and you're just wallowing in just...
That's not what happens.
At all?
No. You end up finding somebody else and then you cheat and you break up and then you move on.
What if you never find somebody else though?
Then you suffer through your relationship.
I'm saying you just suffer. You just wallow.
Grandparents.
Yeah.
Never divorced. Just tough it out.
You're just cool with what you got going.
But I think people need to stop doing that and like actually figure out why they want a partner and communicate those when you are actively dating and date with intention. And if you're not dating with intention, cool, but just be upfront about that. I think there needs to be another layer of transparency and honesty and just worrying about you and stop comparing your relationship to other people's, your marriage to other people's. It's just what's for you will always be for you.
That's a fact. I mean, like I said, I think when I talk, I generally I attempt, like I said, I'm a futurist. I attempt to think about myself and my children later on and how I want them, or I would hope that their relationships or how they go about life.
And kids emulate what they see. So if you do what you're supposed to do as a father and as a husband, and you find a partner that's equally yoked to you and you don't settle or you don't bend and snap, and you focus on the quality of the woman that you marry and you two, raise your children properly, it doesn't matter what's happening in the world. And I think, again, if everybody's focused on what they can control, the world would become a better place because now I'm not worried about what they're doing. I'm focused on raising good children, showing them what a loving mom is, showing them what a loving wife is, showing them how they should be loved by their husband, showing them how a father shows up. And I'm leading by that example. And they have that example. So now they're going to go out and be good people.
I don't know. I don't think kids emulate everything that their parents do.
I think the way people love and show up in a relationship is based on what they've seen.
Yeah. Or it could be influenced by how the world is too. I could say that.
So either way, people are influenced. But if you have a better influence at home, if a woman
it's strong. It's definitely stronger with the parents.
If a woman sees growing up a man that never yells, doesn't put his hands on somebody, and knows how to communicate, she's going to find a man that communicates. If a woman grows up in a household where abuse is okay, she's going to think that that's okay and end up in an abusive relationship. Just how it works. Because you don't know that that's not acceptable. You go based on what you see and what is deemed normal to you. So what you need to do is set the good example at home first, and then the rest follows.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the best practice in terms of, you want to start it at home first, and then, obviously, it depends on intellect level, it depends on what they intake and stuff like that.
I love love, and I hope everybody finds it.
In terms of the future, 20 years from now, fuck that, 50 years from now, what will dating look like?
Hopefully everybody's minding their own business and dating. And I feel like there'd be like a virtual app with like the face that's really big and it just comes out of your phone and you can swipe left or swipe right.
You cool with that? You'd be cool with a Tinder style dating system?
I've never been on Tinder, so I don't know.
You've never been on any of the social dating apps. But you cool with the idea and the concept of it. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I feel like it would be more personality based. I feel like it would be more like set your profile up, put all your things about you. It would be very Black Mirror-esque. Like how do you guys level up? Like your education, how much you make. Raya's like that now. So it's like you put your profile in and then we try to match you because I think it's going to be numbers. There's a movie out. It was a couple years old and it was about like finding your soulmate, and you could take this test and the test sits and it waits until your soulmate does it, and they could be anywhere in the world. And what it boiled down to was people were in really happy and real relationships, and after they did the test, they felt like they weren't with their person. And then some of them would leave their spouses, marry their paper soulmate, and then, 5-10 years, they're unhappy because things are different. I don't think that there's ever going to be certain things you can't science it. I think love is one of those things. But I think we will try to find ways to spice it up. But I think it's all going to be virtual. And there's going to be profiles and swiping. And
you cool with that?
I mean, hopefully I'm married by then. I don't care.
Right. Okay.
50 years from now, I'd be 80. I don't care what's happening in the world. Like, rich on a yacht somewhere.
Y'all heard it first, man. Tinder. Was it Bumble? What's the other shit called?
Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Raya.
That's what we on.
Grinders for them.
Oh, shit.
There's all of them. They have Bumble Friends. Everything's going to be virtual.
So y'all get ready.
I just want to hear what advice y'all have for people moving forward. Like, what's the one piece of advice? What's the one thing you want somebody to keep in mind when it comes to dating now?
Communicate and stop trying to change people to who you think they should be and accept them for who they are. I think you'd save a lot of heartbreak down the road. And communicate your actual wants and needs and stop trying to be who you think they want you to be. And just be you. Be true to you. And stop rushing. It'll come. There's no timeline. There's no have to be married by 35. Like, it's okay. Stop rushing into things.
If you want authentic love, stop tricking. Simple as that. Money will become your value and your worth. I think love doesn't come from that specifically. So it's up to you.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Trying to tell you, I guess.
I love love, and I hope everybody finds it.
Word up. That is the end of the bridge. I need y'all to like, follow, subscribe, all of that. Hit that button, do all that, ring that bell.
Share with your friends.
All of that. Say that we don't know what we're talking about. Put it in Twitter, Reddit, whatever y'all got going on. Keep it locked. It's your boy Kell. It's Ashley.
Bye.
We'll see y'all later.